So I think you definitely told me you love me first.
I don't know, because I don't remember asking you that specifically.
No, you asked in a question format.
Yeah.
You asked me a question.
Uh-huh.
I know I didn't tell you I love you. I'm a lady. I don't do that.
Right.
So.
Well, love don't have no bounds. It's not, anybody can say I love you.
Whatever. But you said it first. So
Okay.
I got to tell the story since I remember?
I guess I take credit that I said I love you first.
You did.
But I don't remember I said I love you, but I'm just going to be the man of the situation, the bigger person, and say I said I love her first.
So, Curtis and I met at church. We met at Balanced Believers Ministries, Central Texas. We were in the same Master Life class together. And only time I really noticed him, I noticed that he was new to the church. I hadn't seen him before. But like maybe a couple months later, somebody
fresh meat.
You were fresh meat. But maybe a couple months later, somebody had texted me. One of his friends texted me and asked me, what do I think about him? And he texted me basically saying that he had took an interest in me, and I basically responded back, hey, if your friend took an interest in me, they need to come talk to me themselves.
Well, I asked you out because when we was at Tracy's surprise birthday party, when I walked to the car, I kind of knew in my head that I said, I'm gonna ask her out. I was nervous though, but I said, you know what, let me ask for a number and see where it goes. And here it is, a year later.
It was a non-traditional date because Curtis had invited me to his semi-pro football game.
Yeah.
At the time, he was coaching semi-pro.
Yeah.
And he invited me there. And we actually went with somebody else.
Yeah.
Our other friend, he was kind of bored and was like, man, I usually go to his football games with him. And I was like,
yeah,
you can come on, because I knew I was going to be in the stands by myself.
I think I realized I love you when, like I said, that the first football game that I had with you and you was in the audience, I think that was really it kind of showed me that, man, I believe this is the one for me. And I think that's when I started falling in love with you, when I saw how supportive you can be,
Yeah.
even in, when I'm pursuing my dreams and, motivating others, for somebody to be there during that time in my life. I felt like, man, that's love.
Curtis can be really selfless. And for me, I love that because I'm pretty much the same way. Like I really I would go out my way for people. And so I felt like at that moment in time when I saw that, like we would make a really good team.
Yeah.
Like we could really affect the world together. So that's when I realized, hey, I could actually see myself being with this person. So
one time we were supposed to go out on a date, and earlier that day we had KRGN. They had their 1 year anniversary, and later that day we were supposed to go on a date. So we ended up playing basketball earlier in the day, and then next thing we know, we find ourselves after the basketball game is over, Ambassadors for Christ and KRGN, they was hosting it. And then after all that's done and said, all of a sudden we found ourselves evangelizing in the park, going around just talking to people about Christ and different things like that. So we kind of, she looked at me and she was like, well, Curtis, since we already here at the park and, I know you're doing ministry, stuff like that, well, we can just go on a date another day, And right then as well, I knew that, man, I was like, man, this girl just, man, she just say all the right things at times,
So the actual engagement, though, took place in San Antonio, Texas, with two of our friends and my sister and brother-in-law.
That was part of the surprise. She didn't know that part yet.
Yeah, I really didn't know that part. Funny thing was, I actually had to go to Curtis's truck to go get something, and everybody made a big deal about Curtis walking me to the truck, and I was like, no, I can go by myself. I'll be back right quick. And Curtis was getting nervous because I had to go get some tickets, which was in the center console.
The ring was in the center console of the truck. But her being nosy, she would have scavenger hunted and found it.
So I think we got into it about that and a couple other things. It was hot. Everybody was bothered.
My boy Tracy, you know, he ended up going to talk to the manager, and you know, the manager kind of turned down the music and different things like that in the restaurant because it was blaring in there. And you know, he turned down the music, and well, I was so nervous. I didn't know what to do. You know, I was contemplating in my mind, should I do it now or should I just wait till we get to the Riverwalk and do it?
Yeah.
So I was like, oh my God, you know, when should I do it? And you know, I ended up getting up, acting like I was, you know, like tying my shoe or something like that. You know, the trick that every man does before they propose. And I just got on one knee, and, you know, nervous as heck. And I said, Christina, you know, we come to know each other pretty well, and I would love for you to be my wife.
Yeah.
And of course you said yes, because we're here now. So.
And if
you know,
I wouldn't have said yes?
I would have stayed on one knee until you said yes.
What? Crazy.
Because the spirit told me, but if she didn't know, it had to hit her.
So you were gonna stay on your knees until it hit me?
Yeah, I've been praying. I've been, Lord, please reveal to her that I am her husband. Jesus, thank you.
Oh, good.
Well, I think 10 years for us, I think we're going to be doing ministry a lot more, being able to, you know, help advance the kingdom of God, that, you know, we can make a greater impact in our region, you know, in our families' lives.
Wherever we
you know,
end up.
Yeah, wherever we are, because, you know, because I truly believe that we are ambassadors, you know, and a lot of times, you know, a lot of people say, well, is that just something you guys made up? No, ambassador is actually, you know, it's according to 2 Corinthians 5:20.
Yeah.
You know, being an ambassador for God. So in order to be an ambassador, you have to represent some type of kingdom or some type of other entity. I think I see us, like, you know, in those 10 years as well, like getting some type of Boys and Girls Club type, you know, center, you know, to put a godly impact in people, you know, in the youth.
Yeah.
Because, you know, they are the next generation. So I believe, like, having some type of center where kids can come and experience the love of God, you know. I think 10 years from now is going to be, woof.
Yeah.
It's going to move fast, but yeah, we're going to accomplish a lot.
So look out, world. The Mathises are coming for you.
Yeah.
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 We're coming for you.
Yeah.
All
Be
right.
Mathis or be square.
And that's why we're a team, the jokes.
Yeah.
I handle the jokes.
No.
And when we serious, you handle the serious stuff.
No. I got jokes. Y'all be making fun of my jokes.
If you say so. I'll laugh at your jokes though.
I'm a comedian.
Just other people may not.
Whatever. You're so beautiful.
Oh, thank
I'm
you.
gorgeous. So
Thank you.
give you a kiss.